Alright, welcome back. We are going to do the very first level, Dragon Valley. We're gonna root it out. I'm gonna showcase everything. And if you don't remember what I was talking about the general movement tech of Lilac and how some of the freedom physics, I will get to explain it again. So don't worry, if you completely forgot, I will always explain it again as much as I can, just so you can remember it. So here we go, Dragon Valley. So preface, why do I have 99 lives? I am actually using a trainer. I will link in the description. The trainer is a very useful tool to help you practice playing the game at very specific points in time. It has plenty of other cool features like instant regeneration, custom checkpoints, speed boosting as soon as you come out, locking, unlocking it, but there's so much you can do with it. It's a very good tool. You should be thanking Fladervy for making it. A whole bunch of the Freedom Planet speedrunners for testing it. So it's a very good tool to help you get started. But enough about the free advertisements. Let's get into the game. So the very first few seconds of Dragon Valley is going to be very fast paced, and you have to be quick on your toes. So the very first thing we're going to do is we're going to tell Lilac to go right. Wow, that was difficult. But the very first challenge you're going to come into is this slope. So if you remember from the first video, if you do a dive kick onto a slope, she's going to go basically faster. It's Sonic physics, or here what we call freedom physics. And when you dive kick, you hit maximum speed. So you combine very high speed of going down plus hitting a slope, she's going to move real fast. So as you can see, she's going to do dive kick into it, maximum speed. There you go. She ended up here. So once we get here, we're going to kill that guy was kind of in the way there. But we're going to bring him back, so just so we know what to do when he's there, or versus not being there. But we're going to do that, and she's going to come down. We're going to hop up here, hop again. We're not going to really deal with this guy, but we will cyclone up here. And that's our goal, is to get up here. That's the very first thing we want to try and do. So thanks to the magic of the trainer, I don't have to keep restarting the level, I can just do this. So this is really one of the potential powers of the trainer. This is coming from when I was practicing earlier, so let's fix that up. No shield, there we go. So that is an earth shield, but we're not supposed to have that at the start of the game. There we go. So once again, we're going to hit the bottom of the slope, jump up, cyclone, and there we go. First few seconds, simple as that. We really don't attack this guy down here, it just takes up time, and anytime you're hitting an enemy, you're going to have basically frames that are lost. So something you saw me do there is I will cancel Lilac's movement with a cyclone. That's just something I tend to do. This helps Lilac, because remember, when we cyclone, you lose momentum, similar to doing a jump. So by doing that, we can quickly slow down Lilac and stop just before getting to this guy and then jump over him. So that's just something you'll see me do as well. You don't have to do it. If you can, what you should do is you can just do that. It also works. Both of these methods are fine as long as you're not hitting that guy. And because again, I'll show you what happens if you start hitting him. Is this starts happening? You notice Lilac will start staggering a little bit because anytime you hit him, it just kind of freezes the game for like a fraction of a second. This can throw off all sorts of things, and it actually slows down the timer in game. Sorry, you lose time because the timer doesn't slow down when that happens. So you want to avoid that as much as possible. So once again, we're gonna hit that slope, get up there. We're gonna avoid hitting this poor guy. So we can do that. There we go. So now Lilac's up here. We're gonna immediately do a boost. She's gonna roll all the way here. We're gonna actually end up covering this segment here. We don't even have to jump because the boost is we're going so fast, so it'll just kind of fall here, which is perfectly fine. And then we're gonna end up here. Once we get here, we're gonna jump off this slope, because remember, when we jump off this downward slope, we're gonna pick up speed. And then we're gonna immediately jump again. And then within a couple frames, we're gonna do a drop kick. So why we're going to do that is, the reason why for that is we want to end up, as you can see, there's this nice little runway thing coming up here. We want to go right in between this. Alright, we want to get dead center of this. So while doing a jump, cyclone, and then down kick in that order in a very rapid fashion, we're going to have Lilac go slip right in between it, and that's going to be just what we want. So here we go. I'm gonna get her up here. So also, you're gonna notice about this curve, and this is something really annoying, is this thing right here. For whatever reason, this is a very unique corner. If you get anywhere close to it, she's gonna curve under. She'll basically spurg out, and we want to avoid that. So that's why we do this method here. So we'll see it in action. She's gonna boost. We're gonna do a jump, jump. There you go, jump, jump, down kick. It happened really fast, but just so you can see it again and also see on the input view itself, she's gonna go here, boost, jump, jump, down kick. You see, notice she maintains enormous amount of speed, and this sets us up for the next thing. This next thing is you're gonna go so fast that she's gonna keep going. You have enough speed that she'll just carry over here without any input, and then once we land, we're gonna do a downside clip, and this is gonna carry us over this entire area. We're gonna miss everything by doing that. And if you don't believe me, trust me, it's gonna work out. And we should end up somewhere right here. Somewhere over here, we're gonna end up here. And at some point, we're probably gonna, you know, drop kick maybe, but we're gonna end up right here. And then she's gonna go up here. We're gonna jump off this. And then we're gonna, sorry, we're gonna do a cyclone off this. And this is gonna lead us into this ladder, which we're gonna end up grabbing. But we're gonna try and not grab this ladder, because grabbing will immediately stop all Lilac's momentum. So we're gonna try to get to the top of this without hitting that ladder. So we're gonna go back to the start, and we're gonna see that whole motion, because that's all one motion basically. So we're gonna do it, get up here. Alright, so remember, we're gonna boost, jump, jump, die kick, and then she's gonna go fast enough to cover that gap. Once we land on the next platform, we're gonna do a ground cyclone. It's gonna carry us over. We're gonna cancel it. And then we're going to do another ground cyclone as we approach up that hill. And that's going to lead us to the top of that ladder. We were going to try and not catch it, but there's a chance we will. Maybe we just won't make it. There we go. Oh, so that's what happens when you're just a little bit late on it. We want to try and do it at the top of that slope, or else that will happen, unfortunately. So we're going to try that again. Here we go. Here we go. She's up here. Here we go. We're going to go. Jump, jump, down kick. Down, cancel. Notice that guy right there? The turret, as soon as you're over him, just do a punch and she'll cancel out. She'll land perfectly here, almost guaranteed. And once you're here, we're going to keep going. Remember that? We're going to do the down cyclone, and then we're going to jump off. Because remember, when she's cycloning on the slope, she somehow just miraculously multiplies her jump. So here we go. Jump. Like I said, hopefully we're going to grab the ladder. You notice I don't hit up or down. We get on top of the ladder. So now Lilac is now in prime position for our next move. But I want to showcase that entire movement again, just so you can see it again and say, okay, I get it, you know? So once again, you're going to go down, jump up, there we go. Remember, down, down, jump. We're still good. We're going to do a down cyclone, and now, cancel once we're over him, and then, down cyclone, go straight up. That was the whole motion. We got it down pat. So now, there's a couple of ways of doing this next part. So if you get the whole motion correctly, you should have perfect amount of energy to basically get past this area. You can do this basically by doing a boost. And once you boost to the right, oops, I didn't mean to boost at all, but you got to say boost. You're gonna boost. This is gonna cause Lilac to go all the way here, and roughly around here, the boost is going to end. Now this turtle guy is actually going to sit here next to this crystal. Now the problem is, this turtle guy, the only way to get around him is to die kick over him. And when you die kick over this enemy, it's going to be carry Lilac over. And hopefully she drops enough to hit this crystal. We don't want to carry over across this crystal, because if you do so, you're going so fast, you're going to end up missing this curve. We want to be following this curve. The reason why we want to follow this curve is we want to be able to do another ground cyclone here. Just a ground cyclone, no jumping, no nothing, just a ground cyclone. Because that will allow us to, since she'll float up a little bit, she'll allow us to float up to the air enough to get to a platform up here. And the platform that we're looking for is this thing right here. If you know something I just did there with the spring, anytime you immediately jump off a spring, Lilac will, just like doing like a high cyclone or a high uppercut, she gets a lot of extra height. So we're gonna just it's not relevant here, but as a backup, I will explain it. We want to land here basically. This is actually an area we can move here. It doesn't look like it, but it is. This is where we want to be. So we're gonna go back, and we're gonna showcase how the first way is the boost method. So we're gonna do a boost right here, and then we're gonna immediately do a down kick. Hopefully we're going to carry over him, hit the crystal, fall down. We want to follow the slope and then do a down attack, to do a ground cyclone to propel Lilac onto that area, right? That we just ended in that little hidden area. So we're going to do a boost. Do that. Now, that happened really fast, but we got carried over just enough to hit that. She's following the curve. I'm going to do a down cyclone. She lands right here. Exactly what we wanted to do. I'm going to showcase it again. Here we go. Down kick. Saw how fast I was doing that? Almost at the very beginning of that rock, you notice I will be doing that down kick. And that's... sometimes, it's a very precise move. Now, if I do it just a couple frames too early, you saw how she got carried over. We want to avoid that because this happens. And when this happens, you lose all of your momentum, and you can't do that. So a recovery option in that case would be to jump up here, here. Remember that spring trick I told you about? Go ahead and use that, and now you're back up here. But we want to avoid that ever happening. So again, there we go. You want that basic motion. Now, the problem with this is Lilac needs to have full energy for this to work. Now, if you don't get this previous motion correctly, which, you know, can happen, then a more efficient method would be to, instead of boosting, we're going to have, remember that whole mechanic of drop kicking into slopes? We're going to utilize that here. So we're going to move over, drop kick, which will build up speed, do the same motion, same everything. I'll say I lost a lot of speed there, but it actually should carry you all the way over, in an instance if I get it right. So we're going to do it again. And there you go. See? I fell up, I did a cyclone a little too early there, but if I did the cyclone just a little bit later, she would have landed on that platform. Precisely where she's supposed to be. Nope. See, that's a little early, so you can tell what happens when it's late. This is not an easy motion, but once you get the hang of it, Lilac should constantly do it. I fell short just a little bit early, but getting this motion in particular correct is going to be a huge boon. There we go. She makes it up. The speed on this slope will vary depending on how you hit the slope. Obviously, hitting it at a more efficient angle, you will have a better time. Now, if you notice, she's not going super duper fast. Remember, we can jump off slopes, so we'll go ahead, jump off it, and we can also do something like that. There we go. She builds up more speed. That's another thing we can do there. So, don't forget, jump off slopes, you can go faster. Hitting slopes with the diagonal like that. Also, I forgot to attack there. I'm pretty sure you saw the input VR. But yeah, just different ways to kind of carry over. Also, doing that drop kick there will help. So once we get up here, we can continue with the whole motion. What we are now going to do is we're just going to tell Lilac, move right. It's okay if we fall. And see this grass here? We kind of want to start boosting while she's moving right. And do a corner boost. That's going to take Lilac past all of this, and it's going to put her somewhere here or here, depending on how early or how late you put it. Ideally, we want to be here to stop her. I'd say we don't want to stop her momentum, we want to here, but for more consistency, we might kind of want to end up here, and then we can just kind of tell Lilac to go right, and then we end up here. So once again, we can drop kick onto this, jump off it if possible, and then we're going to go from there. There we go. Let's see that in motion. So we ended up here. So hey, Lilac, let's go. Up there's the bush, boost, and you end up here. Just like that. That's the next thing we're going to do. Now remember, if you hold on the jump button, she's going to maintain her momentum a little bit better. So hold the jump button, and then drop kick. Maintain all that momentum we just built up from that boost. We can then hold right, jump off of that, down kick to also speed up. And then this is going to be a very difficult part. That we're going to follow this whole thing, and there's going to be two very precise dive kicks that we're going to have to do. Before we do that, this slope in particular, it's very easy to forget about it. You kind of want to jump off the slope. So remember, that whole logic, every time you jump off a slope, you're going to go faster. See? Alright, so you're going to see this rock. Once you see this rock, as soon as you're just passing it, you're going to want to do a dive kick. This is going to cover jumping over a small hill that we're gonna see, like a really sharp hill. So jump right over it. I did a little bit early, but just a little bit after it, you're gonna be able to cover that. So obviously, that's what happens when you hit it. Now we know what happens when you hit the darn thing. Now let's see what happens if we can get that right. So here we go. Get Lilac up here for a second. Begin current frame. Oops. It's gonna stay. Alright, so we're gonna do the whole motion again. She's gonna boost up, come back down like that. I'm gonna jump off it. Obviously, it's better to always dive kick off it, but you can also jump off it. It's perfectly fine if you maintain your momentum. So here we go. Jump off of that. There's the rock. We're going to shoot past it. Oops. A little bit early. Make sure you have full clearance of that rock if possible. So yeah, I see it there. This time I didn't feel like I have enough momentum. So we're going to hit this. Come down like that. And then do so. Make sure you always feel like you have enough momentum. Oh wow, I am missing this rock in particular. This is a very tricky movement tech to do because it happens so quickly. So don't be, distressed. You're not getting this. There. Oh, still falling a little short. Guess the muscle memory's kicking in here now, as usually what it is. All right, so here we're going to pass this rock to those bushes. There we go. We cleared it. So as soon as we clear it, this next rock is when we're supposed to die kick again. So you can see it again. And we're going to hit this slope. Once you hit this slope, oh, I came a little high. So ideally, you want to hit the slope and follow it through. Also, we missed it by a little bit. But as long as we're in the air, we're going to do an immediate down-up cyclone. This will help us maintain our momentum and height. And we want to do this to hit the wall on the right. Like that. Well, I fell a little short, but you want to end up roughly here. Ideally, you want to end up here. But no, it can't have everything. But you end up here, you can just jump up, get to the ladder, and look, there's a boss. That's ideally what we're trying to do. So we're gonna try again. Come down, jump off of it, go across, get past him, jump over. There we go, got it right this time. And then once you hit this rock, there we go, we got it again. So we're gonna do a down cyclone and carry ourselves over, just like I said before. Instead of just doing an air down up, we're going to do it just a ground down up. Same concept. Oh! I fell off there a little bit. So what happens is, if you jump down while you're on the slope, she's going to kind of go down again, which we want to avoid. Unfortunately, that happened. So again, this is very fast paced. It's not very easy to do, but getting the whole motion looks really cool, and it's really efficient and fast. So get there. There's the bush. Oops. So ideally, you kind of want to jump just after that bush, which will help the most. Otherwise, you're just going to end up hitting the tip of that, which you really don't want to hit. But the distance you have to jump is completely dependent on the speed of Lilac, and that can vary depending on how often you came off the previous slope. So we're going to try this again. Came in just a little short. So at any point, an alternative strategy you can do this here is, instead of just following this curve, you could potentially boost here, which is another possible strategy, which also you want to boost just a little bit lower, but you'll end up here, and you can just kind of jump up here, which is another strat, in case that you miss that particular slope. Ideally, you should be hitting that slope, because we want to maintain our energy for the spider boss fight. And the spider boss fight, as dangerous as he looks, he's not very dangerous. There it is. Jump. I apologize if I said down cyclone. Sometimes I do this, it's all muscle memory. It's not what I'm thinking, but jump and then down up cyclone usually is something you want to do here, or just straight up down cyclone. This will carry her over to the wall, which is what we originally wanted, and you can climb the ladder. So as you can tell, I do a lot of things based on muscle memory, so that's why even I confuse myself when I talk and explain some of this. But the general motion is follow my hands, don't follow my words sometimes. There we go, come over, there's the rock, came off, oh, fell a little short, oh well. But ideally, we want to try and cover that. Now once we do cover this, we're going to meet the snake boss. Now, I can't explain the snake boss without a shield, but ideally, we want to fight him with the invincibility shield. Remember that invincibility shield all the way at the start of the level? We're actually supposed to be still carrying that invincibility shield. So, here we go, I'm going to go over here. There we go. Oops, fell a little short there. Remember, it's jump, jump, down kick very quickly. You want to do it as fast as you can. Jump, jump, down. There we go. Down, cancel over him. Do a ground cyclone, end up here. I'm going to jump off this. Bop, boom. There we go. Down cyclone. There we go. We're still moving over. Alright, so now we have the the invincibility. We're going to take that all the way to the end of this first stage. Came down, jump off, jump past the bush, jump by the rock, jump, jump. There it is. Beautiful. And there we go, this guy. We're going to immediately jump, do a cyclone, punch, punch, cyclone. We're gonna keep doing normal attacks. So we're gonna, sorry, not, well, I'm doing this wrong in my head. You want to boost into him first. This is why we wanted to retain that boost. Instead of, hey, do that safety boot, like backup boost there. You want to do the boost here to do that. So what happened? Whenever Lilac's doing a boost, that boosting animation, she actually can damage other enemies. So we can utilize that to maximize her damage. We can then immediately start doing normal attacks immediately after, and that will quickly kill the enemy. Spider boss. Just like that. It's not difficult, trust me. If you don't have the boost, you can do an uppercut, down kick, cyclone punch, which is another alternative. But once he's dead, just hold right and hold the boost button. You may be thinking, hey Tipsy, you're going to boost. When Lilac is pushing against a wall, she will not boost. So once he explodes completely, you can see him, like, the parts fall off. We're going to hit the jump while holding all this button config, and this is going to set us up to hit that spring. When we hit that spring at that angle, it's going to cause us to propel really fast off the screen. So watch. He explodes. There you go. Oh, so I accidentally held down the boost there. You're not supposed to. Unfortunately, I did. But if you let go with the boost, you're clear kind of properly there. You should clear it properly. So I'm going to go ahead and restart this real fast. Oh, it actually sent me all the way to the back. Start. Why? Because I probably have the... I'm not even sure why. Jump down. Well, we get to see all this again, which is always good. Follow the route. Down. Hold down up. Cancel over there. So you notice there I kind of forgot to do the down cyclone. So shame on me. So we're going to do that. We got it. Oh, I forgot it. It's okay. I'm going to climb up normally. Hit the spring. Jump. Now we're back up. Follow the route. Hit the grass. Come back down. Hit that corner. The slope, my bad. Jump off this slope. Wait till we're past the bush. By the rocks. Coming across. Now we're here. Jump up. Punch. Boost. Punch. Punch. And then whatever combo works. Hold on boost. Jump. And we're off screen. Simple as that. Now when we enter this, as the screen is fading out, there's a trick called, in a more advanced trick, we call this the fade out trick. And the fade out trick saves somewhere between 0.15 to 0.33 seconds. Depends on how well efficient you do it. It is a free time save that is very difficult to do, especially on this first screen. So I'm not going to get really into the nitty gritty details up to this just yet, but you can perform this here. I'll explain when we get into Relic Maze more about this fade out, because it's a lot safer and easier to understand on Relic Maze. It's just an odd reason why, but it's just easier to do there. But basically, we can save time here, but again, we'll cover that more later. But you can do your fade out skip here. So we're just going to resume normally. And there we go. So now once we're on this screen, we completed DV11. So pat yourself on the back. Now we're going to go into DV12. So DV12 is a lot easier than DV11. So what we're going to do here now is, the first thing we're going to do is we're just going to go right and just jump. It's one thing you just got to trust. It's like a trust fall. So watch. We're going to hold right and then jump at the edge. Oops. I stopped myself there for a second. There. There's a reason why we're going to do that. Here we go. Just trust, jump. You're going to hit that. I guarantee you'll hit it. The only reason I didn't hit the first time is because I delayed myself, to talk and pause. But as long as you don't delay yourself and just hold right and jump, you're always going to hit that geyser. Then we're going to hold right. You see on the bush, the tree, there's a very farthest bottom part of that tree. We're going to actually do a angled boost to the top right from there. So here we go. Angled boost. Come down. We're going to do a drop kick as the height of that boost. This is then going to bring us straight down on this platform. And from there, you just kind of... I tend to do a drop boost. Everyone does a little something different here. You want to do a down kick, and you'll end up on this button. So if you... This is going to be a spoiler. This is an achievement. If you didn't know, you could actually skip... This is actually a whole puzzle. This thing right here. This is actually a puzzle. So, the thing about this puzzle is you're supposed to bring a rock down, push it here, and then you can successfully cross it. But we're not going to do that. Instead, we are going to do... Remember that when you bonk off a surface at an angle, it's going to do an angle bonk back. So if you do a rolling bonk to a wall, it should bonk us up. So by using this, we can do this. and get past the gate without actually having to do the whole gate puzzle. So let's see it all in action. Here we go. We're gonna hold right, jump. There's that little leap of faith. Hit that bush, that little part of the tree. Come down, come down, come down. Just basically, you want to end up down here. Once you're down here, boom. All right. Now we can start going down this ladder. So you notice that there's some grass on the ceiling here. We're gonna be using this to realize that we're supposed to. Well, let me actually need to save state here. Make everyone's life easier. Come down, and we want to kind of basically hover over right here. The reason why is we're going to end up doing a down kick, and if we did that correctly, we should hit this slope, which allows us to kind of just move really fast. Once again, hitting slopes goes faster. We can follow this to get here and climb our way up here. So I'll show that what I mean in action, kind of, sort of. So as soon as you get there, you can just do a down kick. And there we go, we hit it. So we pick up momentum. Now this guy can still hit you. So you either do an attack, something to hit him. Anytime you hit him, there's a few frames that are lost when he's trying to attack. It allows you to get past him, even if you don't kill him. So we do immediately a punch. And kill him, doesn't matter. It doesn't take up that many frames. Hit that slope, and we're going to jump up. Once we get there, you just kind of move across. And then we're going to get here. So this is the next major point of this DV1-2. This is going to sound silly, but we're going to walk on the walls. So Lilac cannot walk on walls, actually. Watch. She can't. But in this game with freedom physics, if there is a slope, you could, even if it's upside down, you could potentially walk on it. So you're going to notice a point right about here, right where Lilac is. There's a little bit of, like, in the middle of it, there's like a little, I know I probably did this pauses on it, but you see that there's a on the very outskirt of that thing I was just right next to, there's that little dark thing. Roughly around there, if you do a boost, Lilac will traverse off of it like she's running. So, just to show you what I mean, she's going to go right here. Oh, see, that's what happens when you get a little bit too high. You want to go a little bit lower than that. There we go. There it is. Now look what she's doing. She's running. So you can run on surfaces that are curved like this. Now we want to get to the top of that. So what we're going to do is we're going to do that again, and then you can do a cyclone off this and actually gain height as if you were on a slope. It's really confusing, but it works. So we're going to do that. Oops. And if you do a ground cyclone really fast, oops. We want to do a really fast ground cyclone off of this. There we go. So if you do that real fast, it's like doing a cyclone going up, like any other type, except you're just kind of doing it upside down. But once Lilac is up here, though, we can then do a boost. We want to boost off of this. Maintain our momentum. Keep going. You see this small little downward slope? We're going to do a down cyclone off of this. And we're going to try to hold down up in the air to maintain our momentum and cross this massive gap you're going to see. Like, oops. I didn't jump off of it, but if you want to kind of jump off of it, I have failed everyone now for not making this jump. Curse me. So we want to jump up in the air a little bit. Boost. Jump off of it, down, up. There we go. We'll cross the gap, maintain maximum momentum, and we'll be fine. So let's showcase it again. From the start, we're going to jump right at the edge of that, down kick. This will hit the slope, hit this guy, jump up. There's a chance you can hit this, and if you do, you can just cyclone down and make your way down here. Jump off, get to that position, not balk off of it, hopefully, and then kind of come off of it and do a down cyclone really rapidly. There we go. Come up here, boost, down, jump off of it. Do a ground cyclone, jump off of it, clear the gap. Now that particular boost can sometimes be bad. If you do that quickly enough, Lilac can't have enough energy to just kind of boost while you're up there, which also works. So we're going to hold right, and this is going to take us to the mini boss. We're going to stop here for a second. So something about this you're going to notice is this mini boss will not activate until you cross that second geyser in the ground. So we'll cross the second geyser. Sorry, third. Yeah, there you go. Cross the second geyser, he's going to appear. So what we're wanting to do is we want to hit the back 4 orbs. Knock those off, the 3 orbs will always be above ground. So we're going to do this by just whacking it. Remember, the strongest attack is just to attack. So hit it while it's down. Simple as that. It's just whacking. There's no fancy movement. Stay on top of them and hit him in the head. I mean, that's literally it. It's not rocket science. Sometimes it's really hard to fight this boss perfectly, because how random it can get. Here we go. Let's go back here now. So it comes over. We want to be right there, usually where he spawns as best as we can. You may find that it's going to be hard to stop yourself because Lilac may be moving too fast. Because realistically, you're not going from a standstill. You're actually moving at a really fast speed. So you want to stop right there. Just punch, 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 and just follow through with a bunch of punches. It's not particularly hard boss. It can be hard to get perfectly right though all the time. It requires a lot of practice to just get it just perfectly right. But again, just stop Lilac as best you can. Trigger him. Follow through with him. Just jump, punch, 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 punch. Simple as that. Once he's defeated, give him a second to fall off screen, and then once he's completely off screen, boost, and you're good. We now enter DV2-1. So in DV2-1, the first thing we're approaching is a slope. Everyone should know what to do by now. Jump off of it. This will lead us to this little twirly thing, and this is going to lead us down. Now we actually want to go not right, but left. So the game fools you for the first time here. You want to go left, and then we're going to jump off of that, and this is going to build up momentum, and Lilac's going to be falling down. Now we want Lilac to kind of just fall on a platform. Oops, I missed it by an inch, but that's the platform we want to land on. We want to try to avoid hitting this guy, but if we land here, that's perfect. Once we're here, remember how boosts work. When Lilac's near an edge, she'll stop, and you can boost corners or straights. Remember that tech? We're going to utilize that tech right here. So we're going to have Lilac, boost right, hold the jumping button. She's going to fall, just hold down right, she'll cover all the gaps. Once we're right here by this rock, we're going to go ahead and do an immediate down kick. Down kick, it's going to carry over, and then immediately on the next rock, do another down kick, like that. And then we're going to immediately do a ground cycle and jump off something here. There we go. So also I did down kick just a tad too early, but if I didn't, I would cyclone off of this and then jump. Like that. Just a tad too early, but I still managed to get it through. Cyclone over the ladder onto the spring. Just like that. And that's the end of that DV2-1. So let's see it all in action here. I'm going to make that little save state here. So we can avoid that. So we're going to fight this boss again. There we go. Follow through on him. And knock him out. Falls off screen. We can boost. Jump. Down kick to get speed as we come out of that because we want to go left, not right. Jump off of that. We want to kind of fall right here. Boom. Perfect. Boost. Dive kick. Dive kick. Cyclone jump. If you get a good cyclone jump at a very good angle, you can get something like that. Usually that won't happen. And again, we'll walk off. Now this screen in particular, remember I said fade outs. This screen can be fade out. Well, I'm not going to explain it just yet, but it can be fade out on. But again, just keep that in mind. This can be fade out on. Once we get to Relic Maze, I'll explain more about it. Alright, so now we're on this screen. So at the beginning of this current frame, this is going to be a little bit more trickier. DV2-2, it's going to be kind of like DV1-1. It can be fairly tricky. So we're going to do a boost immediately. Again, come on, you know what to do now. Jump off those slopes. This is going to hit a log. And once we hit this log and Lilac kind of lands, we're going to jump, cyclone, down kick. In that order. We're going to want to hit the slope, but we also want to immediately jump off it. The reason why we want to kind of jump off is we want to maximize Lilac's speed. So here we go. There we go. It's very possible that you got too close, you'll jump over this and fall down. That's going to happen. Just try again. Once Lilac catches it, though, we want to get past this to right here. Remember, we're going to do a ground cycle. This builds height. We're going to utilize that to come off, and I did that incorrectly. But if I ever did it correctly, we're going to actually connect with that slope. That's what we want to do. We want to connect with that slope. So I'll come back. Try again. Cyclone down kick. Jump. Remember I said she can fall off? That was it basically. Jump off. So when you jump too high, she'll just fall off. So we need to jump a little bit lower. There we go. Ground cyclone, jump off, and then there you go. When you go just at the same thing what we did before, you boost just on the edge. She can just kind of grasp it just by normal movement. If we just touch just enough of that edge, it's as if she's connected to it and walking. Once we have this, if you notice our energy meter is just enough. So we're going to hold down right, even though we're going like kind of left right, it's considered right. And we're gonna hold down the boost as a right up. We want to do a corner boost up. So here we go. Hold the boost, and then drop kick immediately out of that boost. And this is gonna actually land us perfectly right in there, as you can tell, right where we want. And just hold down right, and we just want to fall down. Once you should be able to get under that. This is not a global timer on those logs. It's as soon as you appear on the screen, so on that area. So just fall right through, down kick. This allows us to kind of fall all the way. Oops. If you're lucky, you did it just right. You should be able to fall all the way down. And then you want to immediately like cyclone. Just make sure you don't fall in that water. You can lose quite a bit of speed. And you want to end up right here. Once Lilac is here, you can then do jump, do a corner boost to our left, and that actually is going to get to the top of the screen. So here we go. Jump up, corner boost to left. Hey, look at that. Lilac's right where she's supposed to be. Alright, so that was a lot. This is where we want to end up. So let's go back to the start, see the whole thing in motion again, just to refresh, and then we'll end up right here. So remember, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to boost, jump. Well, I did a long boost there, so I couldn't do the jump. I have a tendency to do long boosts when I'm not supposed to. But if you do a short boost, you can jump off of that. Jump, cyclone, dive, jump. Oh, looks like I did a little too hard, a little too early. So jump, cyclone, boom. Ground cyclone. Oh, looks like I missed it. So if you ever miss it, an interesting backup you can do is you can do a high uppercut, cyclone, and then boost into it. Now, you notice you're going to go too fast, so you have to do a standard boost like this. It's just a small, little quick get back into the race kind of thing. But ideally, we should be attaching to the top of that. So jump, cyclone down, jump off of that, cyclone. Oops, looks like I missed it. I didn't hold down. Jump down, try that again. Here we go. There we go, got it. Do that corner boost, come down, keep going. Oops, looks like I hit that on accident. There we go. Do a little cyclone. Remember I said don't fall? You can do a cyclone just to not fall in there. I accidentally hit reset, didn't I? Yes, I did. So we get to see it again because I accidentally hit reset. Alright, so I came in on that angle at a really poor angle. So I'm just going to go ahead and do our backup. Oops. There we go. Just do immediate boost like that. Lilac's going to fall down. And just slow down Lilac, jump up, boost, and there you go, she's right here. Alright, so we finally made it after multiple screw-ups, but we did indeed made it. So now what we're going to do? Well, we could just boost, right? No, we don't want to boost, because if you end up boosting, you're just going to follow this whole thing. And you know what? You're going to end up going straight up. We don't want to do that. So instead, what we're going to do is, we're going to just move left, do a down cyclone, carry ourselves over, and then we should be able to hit this at an angle that we can just jump up and cyclone and reach the top of that. So we can just, instead of following the whole route, we're just kind of just do whatever we want. Like that. Simple. Once we're up here, we can drop down with the die kick, and we're going to follow through with that slope. So be careful with that. When you die kick, follow the wall, and just before you hit it, go the opposite direction. This allows Lilac to carry that momentum. And ideally what we're going to end up doing is we're going to do a dive kick, cyclone, cancel, and then boost right in between all these trees. Oops. Right in between these two trees. We want to boost right here, like that. Oops, a little too high, a little too far away, but we want to go right in between, like right where that branch is. You're right somewhere there, you're going to bonk off that, and we can do a down kick and push that button. That's ultimately what we want to do. So again, we're going to come over, ground cyclone across, jump up, there we go, follow through, there we go, a little bit low, but it was good enough. That was the whole motion, really fast. Take some out, stand at the left edge of that as possible, because the bridge breaks from left to right, never right to left. Once we're down here, immediately down kick, this will speed up. As soon as Lilac's head is basically lined just below this, immediately boost to your right, and she's going to follow that contour. If you go any more, she'll end up bonking. It's a very awkward one. And you don't want to hit the top, and you don't want to bonk on that awkward slope. As she's following through with it, once you're going to see multiple curves. The very final curve, which is after these corals, you want to do a down cyclone jump right here. And that will propel her here. Now, The angle of that can sometimes lead you to hitting this, which we kind of want to avoid, because you bonk your head on this, you lose all your momentum, but it's okay if you hit it. You ideally want to end up right here and see the infamous bamboos. So before we do that, let's see everything again, just one last time. Cyclone across, jump up, come down. Up, came a little slow, but I'm right in between it, it's perfectly fine. Hit it, falls down, boom, boom, down kick. Boost. Now if you notice I'm a little high, it's okay if you're a little high. You just might go a little bit slower, but it should be fine. Now if you notice, that's what happens when you jump too early on this slope. If you jump too early, you catch that. We want to not catch that. We want to try to avoid catching that whenever possible. So we can try it again. There we go. That's much better. That's a perfect jump, and we'll end up right here. So once we're right here, it's the dreaded bamboos. These are a pain in the butt. You want to avoid them. And literally just jump over them. It's literally that easy. Try to not get hit. That's literally it. But to do this fast, you may have to sometimes, especially on this third bamboo, take a damage boost. To do the damage boost, you have to, right before you get hit, have Lilac face left, because she'll bounce right. I'll show you what that looks like. Here we go. Oops. You have to do it at the very last possible second. Oops. It's very difficult to do on these bamboos, but if you do it right, you can have Lilac kind of carry over to the right. Nope. Yeah. These bamboos are not cooperating right now with me, but there we go. See, that was a little bit late. It's very difficult. These bamboos are notorious. There we go. Got it. Of course, going the wrong direction. There we go. So now I got Lilac going there. But that's what it looks like. You can kind of maintain your momentum. It's not easy, though, as you can tell. But you just kind of jump through it. But that's not the difficult part. The difficult part is here. This is the final screen of Dragon Valley. And what we're going to do almost immediately is boost. And once again, jump off, like we always do. This is called the Boulder Dash. This is very terrifying to... Especially, it's very terrifying, even if you know what you're doing. Even if you don't know what you're doing, it's very frustrating. So you're just going to hold right, and of course, everything's moving really fast. And then, once you hit this first slope, just follow through on it, and as soon as Lilac falls off that slope, down kick. Down kick, jump, and keep going. Now, if you keep going, see this rock that we just passed? There was a rock before. This is the second rock. As soon as Lilac completely crosses this rock, boost. She'll end up at the peak, and then immediately follow through on it. Once you follow through, have Lilac drop kick. Get her out of the boost. Now she's falling through. You're going to see 4 pagodas. 1, 2, 3, 4. On the 4th one, do a ground cyclone. Okay? There's the curve. We want to jump almost right near the start of the curve. You don't, the earlier the better, but too early, you lose all of your momentum. So try it. Jump off, hold it, keep going. Alright, you see where Lilac is, and under her there's 2 lighter patches. On the patch on the right, you want to be just to the upper right corner of this. If you're right in the upper right corner of that patch, and then do a diagonal boost, you're going to guarantee perform the following. Oops, see, I was a little too far to the left, but you would have caught the corner of this curve, which would allow Lilac to traverse over it without losing any energy. Now, unfortunately, that is not easy to land perfectly on, but ideally that's what we want to do. So we'll try it again. Boom, boom, fall down. That's the first rock. Here's the second rock. Boost, fall down. Follow. 1, 2, 3, 4. Did a little too early. Try again. So again, this is even for people who know what they're doing, it can sometimes be very scary to mess up any portion of this. It's very, very easy to do so. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Wow, I have no clue why I just did that early. Yeah, normally I don't do it early like that. I tend to do it late instead of early, so I'm not... It could be maybe video making jitters. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Down. There we go. Come up. We want to get into the corner of it. Nope. Like I said, you got to get into that corner of it. It fell just short, so I knew that absolutely would not go through no matter what. There we go. Let's try that again. Boost. So even though I've been doing this God knows how long. I still sometimes get screwed this up. 1, 2, 3, 4. By sometimes, I mean almost all the time. There we go. Now she's at the corner. She'll latch on. She'll come up. Just boost immediately when you're in the air, and you're good. You just completed Dragon Valley. Just hold right. It's just hold right. Dragon Valley, done out of the way. Woo! That was one heck of a first level. Dragon Valley is not an easy first level. It's very technical. It's going to challenge you at every turn. So, yeah, it's gonna happen. So, that was everything segmented. Now, finally, let's end this off on a high note of let's see it all together. Why don't we? Will I get everything right? Probably not. I didn't get very, self-conscious about my Dragon Valleys here, but I'm gonna do everything. I'm gonna boost at the top there, jump down, cleared it, down, come across. Remember this, Cyclone. We can do boost or not boost. I'm gonna choose not to. I missed that boost. Try that again. Oops. Jump up, down. Oops. Uh-oh. Embarrassment. Embarrassment alert. Yeah, so sometimes everything doesn't always line up. And you're gonna notice this a lot. This is why the nickname of Dragon Valley tends to be called Reset Valley. It's very common that you end up resetting on Dragon Valley. So I didn't get it. Honestly, I should have that invulnerability. But of course I don't have it. We're gonna do this without the invulnerability, which is really stupid. Right at the edge. Oops. I went a little too far in. Fighting this boss without the invulnerability is a little harder because you can't get next to him. So we're gonna do this uppercut, down kick, hold down right. As soon as he explodes, boom. Remember, there's a fade out here. I'll explain later in life. Jump up. Boost. Down. Remember to bonk off the edge of that to get past that mukbang puzzle. The very edge of that, bonk. Say jump. That little edge right there. Come up. Beautiful. Beautiful. Just like that. Remember to stop at the first one. Follow him through. Take everything out. Knock the head. Boost. Jump off of it. Come down. Jump again. Remember that. He's going to fall until you... Oops. I just slightly missed it. That's okay. Boost off of that. Wait. Now do a down kick. Down kick. And then cyclone off of it. Beautiful execution. There's a fade out there. I'll explain later. Jump, down. Come off. Ground cyclone. We want to hit that curve. Perfect execution at the corner. Come down. Fall down. Drop. Oops. Oopsies. I managed to catch that. There we go. Come down. Remember to cyclone across. Oh, I didn't pop up. Come down. Across. Oh, that was a little too early. So we end up shooting past it. That's okay. Come back down. Drop. A little shy. Cyclone off of that. Remember, just jump through them. Don't make this harder than it needs to be. Just jump through them. You're past. Boost. Jump off of it. And now we're at the boulders. Just a peek. Drop. Drop. Wait for the second one. We passed the first one. If you weren't paying attention, we did pass it. Boost past that. Fall down. The 4 pagodas. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cyclone. Jump. Cyclone. We're at the corner. We're safe. Come up. And boost. So, a 3-minute run on this for me is abysmal. I will take it in the name of the tutorial. I almost got a 3-minute run, but ideally this should grant you some time under 3 minutes, which is ideally what you're looking for. For your first couple attempts, you might be very close to 3 minutes or about 3:30. That's perfectly fine. Ideally, your goal is to get under 3 minutes on Dragon Valley and try to get as close as you can to 2 minutes and 30 seconds. That's when things start getting really competitive as you reach closer and closer to the world record for the IL on Dragon Valley, which I think is like 206, I think. No, not 206. I think it's 156 or 159. I can't remember, but ideally you want to get a really good time. It would be about 2:15 to 2:10 would be an ideal time on Dragon Valley. So this was the very first level of the game. Very technical. There's a lot happening. I'm not going to get as in depth or as many times repeating. Just because it's the first level and trying to always constantly be refreshing, but hopefully now I don't have to say, hey, jump off slope. But I will make mention of it here and there. So that was Dragon Valley. That was the very first level. It's a very good first challenging level, so hopefully give it a shot. If you can get past Dragon Valley, then you have passed essentially what is the barrier to running this game, because the game can only get harder from here. But if you can do this very challenging stage, you've proven to yourself that you can run this game to a good degree, and hopefully, maybe one day you might just get an individual level record, or even better. Alright, so I'll see you next time when we go ahead and we're going to do Relic Maze. So until next time.